only gotta do is hit record. Record breaking news, had to show up just to fill a void. Confused boy, little boys, y'all better keep. Leave me out of the week. Be cool when you see me, I'm hot at all that rap deep. The hood know you, so we don't borrow, believe in it. Locked in on the instrumental, I took back the key to this.
We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Carolina Panthers and the New York Giants. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And they'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Play fake. Mayfield. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A good pickup there of 20 yards. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Here's Christian McCaffrey. His pops was a Giant for 3 years. And some room to work. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 16 more on that one and another 1st down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on 1st down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Back to the ground on 1st. It's McCaffrey. Room here to run. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 42 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries of the ball game. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Boy, no problems getting down the field here on this opening drive. They've looked really sharp in the early going, and they've come up with some big plays already. Here's another that's going to set up 1st down.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Chuba Hubbard, his 1st touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Panthers get the upper hand as they're on the board 1st here this afternoon. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. First play's a run with Nwangu. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. See the athleticism there of Brian Burns stopping him behind the line. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Throwing Jones. And that'll be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, The coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Jones. Got a man, that's Colin Johnson. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point.
And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
And they're going to get this down inside the 20. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run in the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now a give running left is Nwangu. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Kene Nwangu scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Giants are back within a score. Gano the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3. Because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
Now Anderson on the jet sweep. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Robbie Anderson's been used more as a short field receiver in Carolina than the deep threat he was in New York. Over 1,600 yards in 2 seasons with the Panthers. Now his 3rd season as a starter in Charlotte. He picks up a first down here, and he's certainly hoping they get back to throwing him the long ball.
Hey, alert 33.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. On 2nd and 9, Mayfield rolling to his left. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 22-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
On the toss, they run wide side with McCaffrey. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. He was able to escape momentarily in the backfield, but you could just kind of tell that wasn't going anywhere.
You know, in the film session, he'll get a minus for not getting him on the ground by himself. But what the coach is really going to analyze, how fast did his teammates get there to help him? If one guy slows him up, everyone else better be there, and that's what they got on that
play. Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Panthers go up by 2 touchdowns. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And it's now 21-7. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And a nice run to get this up over the 20-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. 3 yards remain for 2nd down. Up the middle, Nwangu. And down he'll go at the 25. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. The Giants had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
On 2nd and 7, Jones. He'll check that down to Nwangu out of the backfield. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're acting panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, Their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw caught by Tony. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Jones finding Tony for a Giants first down. They're going to look to throw. They'll set up the screen for Nwangu. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off play action, Jones. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Jones. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 17-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Straight ahead, here's Nwangu. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Handoff here to Nwangu, and he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Kene Nwangu with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Giants have got it back to within a score. Extra point try good by Gano. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A handoff left, McCaffrey. And some space here. Touchdown, Carolina. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on. Both sides moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
But defensively, they're doing everything they can to protect this early lead after giving up a touchdown on their last drive.
To throw on third down, Jones. They'll get this to Nwangu. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the first down carry.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll go right back to Nwangu. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. Going to be some contact going on.
65 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
On 2nd and 10, Jones dancing to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Here's Jones on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw pulled in by Marshall. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Moore. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. That goes for a gain of 31. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Panthers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Brian Burns, the one to bring him down. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. So we come upon halftime intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though. At least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Another run down for Nwangu. They find some open field here. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 94 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. On first down, they'll run with Nwangu. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
Here's Johnson with a reception. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Off the play fake. Jones. And his throw's going to be incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get... back. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They'll take over deep in their own end after the fumble recovery as they start 1st and 10. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, they set the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing him for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
On 3rd down, Corral. He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble. And he's going to be marked down short of the 1st down, right around the 17. Here's Johnny Hacker now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. 51 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
A big pickup of 38. But look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in a cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
Now Jones. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Shaq Thompson, the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards. After that sack, 3rd and long. Tough spot for Jones and the Giants. Jones to throw on 3rd down. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
So it's a rare 2-miss ball game for him now. Normally one of the more dependable guys you're going to find around.
Very unlike him. One of the better kickers in the NFL. And I don't think there's anything wrong with him physically or mechanically. He's just having one of those games.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They'll start on the ground with Hubbard. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Corral. And his throw is incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll make a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle, because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. Found his target, it's Anderson. And he is going to have a Panthers first down. They needed 3, he doubled that, he got 6. I think everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football. And
picking up the first down. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the 3rd quarter. We have played 3 quarters. They'll run on first down with Hubbard. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Off play action. Here's Corral. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Giants are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
On 3rd down, Jones. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Good clean play, no flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get him off the field with a 3 and out.
Desperation time now. Here's Jones. And now he'll fire deep downfield for James. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. It's the former number 4 overall pick, Cleveland Ferrell, that got in there to bring him down. On 2nd down, here's a run with Hubbard. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Naturally so. The defense was keyed in on everyone but the back on that play, and it took them an extra second to react when he got the carry. It's still a tough 3rd down to pick up here, but a lot more manageable after an excellent carry on 2nd down.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Gonzalez out now to try the Panther field goal. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. Gonzalez's kick is good. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he returns this to the 22.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Throwing again, Jones. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Now a play fake here on first down. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down.
Brian Burns flying in there and dropping it for the sack.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. A good pickup there. 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route. Tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
And he will have a Giants first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
Jones now throwing on first down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones
drops this off with Nwangu.
That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Again, he'll drop the throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the... Those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Now a man open down the middle of the field.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones. That's complete to Shepard. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers 16. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Completes this again to Shepard.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Now whistles here and a flag down. I think a Giant jumped early. The false start hurts him there a bit. Backs him up to 2nd and 9. Throwing Jones. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Jalen Johnson. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Giants are able to cut into that deficit. Jones throwing for it. He's got it. So they convert to 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. Wait, hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the fourth quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for the Panthers, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll return home next week to take on the new...
Hello, new world, all the boys and girls. I got some true stories to tell. You're back outside, but they still lied. Whoa, yeah. Take off the foo-foo, take off the cloud chase, take off the Wi-Fi. Take off the money phone, take off the car loan, take off the flex and the white loss. Take off the weird jewelry, I'ma take 10 steps, then I'm taking off top 5. Take off the fabricated streams and the microwave memes, it's a real world outside. Take off your idols, take off the runway, take off the Cairo. Take off the Sandro pay, 5-day stay, take a $250,000, hella final. Take off the far flag, take off perception, take off the cop with the iPad. Take off the allure, take off the unsure, take off decisions I lack. Take off the fake news, take off the fake woke, take off the I'm broke, I care. Take off the gossip, take off the new logic that if I'm rich, I'm rare. Take off the Chanel, take off the Doja, take off the Birkin bag. Take all that designer off and what do you have? You ugly. You out of pocket. 2 ATMs, you stepping to what? You out of pocket. Who you think they talk about? Talk about us. You out of